Hello, my name is Zhatelier, and welcome back to another episode of Valhalla Vanguard in Aurora. And, well, this is going to be a bit of a shorter episode, mostly just an update what happened in this war here. Because at this point, we have basically won. They still have their ground forces, and we don't currently... I mean, we could just grab missiles from the colony that we have here and start bombarding the planet, but I don't think I really need to. I'm gonna get some ground forces here, they'll beat them down, and then we'll be victorious. But anyway, let's go through what happened in between the episodes here. So, first of all, once we started running away, I think we were right about near the waypoint 1 when we ended, if I remember correctly. Anyway, we went there, and then we started flying here. The castles got a bit close over here, which turned out to be basically, well, they were fast attack craft, but they were basically bombers. They had 10 box launchers each. Oh, that's what I've gathered. And they were size 1, so not that bad. But they did try to overwhelm my defenses a little bit. I shot them down with missiles over here. Or some of them. There's still a few of them stranded there because they lost their engines. And then went to the waypoint 2 and shot another castle over here on our way to waypoint 3. And of course, during this all time here, only 5-second increments were available because there was so much going on. And there was basically their fleet was circling around here, and anything that had missiles was going to the east of Lodur. And to be fair, the entire duration of this battle, we didn't have the orbital motion of anything going on. Just over the sudden shift in the battleground, I suppose. And once we got to waypoint 4 and started heading to waypoint 5, there was we could actually go a little bit faster then. But then they had some ships around here, but I wasn't quite able to strike at them, including their civilian ships were all around waypoint 5 at one point, or once we got there. Then we started heading to waypoint 6, and there was quite a few ships after us still. And from waypoint 6 onwards, we had already run pretty much out of missiles at that point. So I decided that I'm gonna have to pull back and started heading towards the, well, one of the planets, the Lodur 4, I believe. Yeah. Was heading towards there. Still got some ships that are heading back to reload some missiles and all that. And while we were flying, we were trying to keep the enemy fairly close so that they would keep on trying to chase us, but then would also pull them away from the planetary defenses and most of the missile ships. And that did happen. Right about here, I believe. We started all separated some of the fleet, mostly 3 cruisers and some of the point defense ships, and we went after the castles that were chasing us. I think there was like 5 of them or something like that, but they kept their distance for long enough so that the tribals and endeavors got close enough so that I had to destroy them. And I managed to, like, once I got close enough, I turned around again and let them get close enough so that my spinal lasers could fire on them, but they would not have the range to fire upon me. And that worked very well, actually. So I destroyed the Endeavors and Tribals there. Then I started heading towards the Convoy over there, which I managed to destroy, and then I headed towards the castles over here, which I also managed to destroy. All the castles, I think, were trying to chase us, so we let them get close and we headed back and destroyed them. And then we went after the group that is currently here. They were around here before. It had 5 Colossuses and 3 bays, and all of those had a lot of missile or anti-missile capability. So, well, I got pretty close with my fleet of them, but because the Colossuses were on their own, there was the bays were separate. I think... hold on. Oh right, there was the providers as well that we then had to destroy later. But we'll get to that once we get there. Anyway, so we tried to go after that fleet, but they were overwhelming our point defense a little bit, so I had to pull back and went back to destroy more castles around here, I believe. And then I sent a bit more reinforcements from the fleet that was currently fleeing, or going back to Alta. Mostly point defense ships and the radar ship and all that. And then I destroyed a bit more of the ships here, I believe. I think I destroyed the providers at that point, because they were still chasing us more or less. So destroyed that and the castles in there. And after that, we went in and destroyed some more of the ships. Actually, did we? No, I think after that one we headed back to take all the remaining Athenians that we had in the fleet, and went after that fleet, which had gone to the planet here. I don't remember which of the moons, but there was the civilian mining colony there, and they went in and destroyed that. So I had to go in and avenge them, and at that point I had enough point defense to actually destroy any missiles that they were trying to fling at me. And then I destroyed that section of fleet, and then I headed back to destroy the Vanguard and another bay and Oberon, and basically after that I just headed towards the planet itself. I destroyed that Oberon there, then there was the Inismon over here and something else, I'm not sure which one. Inismon and, okay, that Colossus was an old wreck actually. Inismon had, I think, lost their engines or something, because they never moved after, well actually no, they had thermal signature, but they just never moved after a while. I'm not sure what happened there. Then we headed towards the planet, and we had to destroy the planetary defenses, which took a while, and from approaching Inismon to Lodur itself, which took about 8 to 10 minutes in game. Not quite sure how long exactly, but every 10 seconds there was about 90 anti-missile missiles coming at us. We did manage to destroy all of them, or all of them long enough that we got close enough. And then with our spinal lasers, because of course we had to keep our distance long enough so that we would see their anti-missile missiles coming in. So that meant about 150,000 kilometers, which meant that we can use our regular lasers, only the spinal lasers. So it took a while to destroy them, but and probably destroy about 10 to 15,000 missiles during that time, maybe more. But anyway, we managed to destroy the planetary defenses. Now what remains of them is those stranded castles there and the civilian ships around here, I think, which I'm not going to bother with. I am getting more troops in here, which is going to take a while, and I'm bringing in the salvagers, and I'll be rescuing a lot of the crews here, because they life pods are still here. Because we started the war about 2 days ago? Maybe a bit more than 2, but still, there's plenty of time to rescue all the crews, and that will give us a fair bit of intelligence. Although I suspect that once we destroy or conquer the planet, since we do have 3 brigades worth of infantry coming in, all orders to be brought in here already, so it's just a matter of time, and I will go and destroy the remaining castles there. And actually, let's have a quick look at the ships that are remaining. So, after the previous episode, we didn't actually lose any more ships. We did lose some components and such, but the ships were mostly intact. So if you look at the history, the lead cruiser, or the jump cruiser, has 137,000 tons destroyed of military tonnage, then another 150,000, 130,000, 120,000. So these cruisers destroy a lot. So how much did the awesome... Okay, that's only had 1 kill. Fair enough. We did run out of missiles for this one as well. But yeah, I think that was mostly the Astro Action report. So it ended up quite nicely, although the start of the war, I kind of forgot that the delay or waiting orders so it takes so long. So if I had remembered that, I would probably have started the fighting from much further away. which probably would have worked quite fine. I would have been able to lure them out a little bit and destroy them a little bit quicker, I think, without taking too many losses. But all in all, despite we lost about, I think about a third of our fleet that we had here, more or less destroyed, and then there's about half got damage at least, but are still alive, and then there was some ships that didn't really take much damage. But with that, next episode will turn on the Invader, so that's gonna be 1st of January next year. And during that time, or before that, I'll capture the planet here, repair my ships, maybe build a few more ships, or as many ships as I can. And which is why we're not actually touching their shipyards here. We could destroy them if we wanted to, but I don't think I want to. I'll just capture it. Which means that I can then start, potentially at least, I can start building my ships in here. Which will be useful, because we don't have that many places to build ships right now. But anyway, that's about it for this episode. It was a bit of a shorter episode, but I just wanted to do a bit of an update and buy me another day of time to actually do all the stuff so that we can reach the Invader period of this playthrough. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, drop. If you haven't already, also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.